I always thought betrayal would come like thunder, loud, sudden, undeniable. But it came softly instead. In a gentle clink of a wine glass. In the fake smile stretched across my sister's face. In the way my husband refused to meet my eyes. That night started like a celebration. My 35th birthday. A small dinner party. Close family, a few friends, laughter humming like background music. My husband, Eric, had made reservations at my favorite little restaurant tucked away on the edge of the city. Candlelight, warm bread, familiar faces. I had even worn the blue dress he loved, the one he said made my eyes look like the ocean. My younger sister, Layla, showed up 10 minutes late, radiant and glowing. Everyone joked she was always fashionably behind schedule. She laughed, kissed my cheek, and sat down beside Eric. I noticed how close their chairs were. How her hand brushed his arm once, twice. I told myself not to overthink it. Layla was affectionate with everyone. She always had been. But that night, something felt different. I was halfway through my glass of wine when Layla tapped her spoon against her glass. The room quieted. She stood, and with a smile so wide it split her face, she said, "I have an announcement." My stomach turned. I didn't know why. She looked at me, straight at me, as she said, "I'm pregnant." Gasps, claps, congratulations. But I couldn't move. Not until she said the next words. "It's Eric's. We're in love." The table fell dead silent. A second of stunned confusion. Then my mother whispered, "What?" I heard it again in my own head, but slower. "It's Eric's. We're in love." My heart didn't break in that moment. It cracked quietly, like thin glass under pressure. I looked at Eric. He stared at the table, jaw clenched, shame flooding his face. No denial. No anger. No nothing. Because it was true. The rest of the night was a blur of noise and chaos. My mother crying. My father shouting. Layla insisting they had tried to do the right thing, but couldn't help who they loved. That they didn't plan for this, but now it was real. They were a family now, she said, resting her hand on her stomach. I got up and walked out. I didn't even feel the cold until I was halfway down the block. Heels clicking furiously against the pavement. The night air slicing through my chest like knives. I wanted to scream. I wanted to collapse. But I just kept walking. Because if I stopped, I was afraid I'd never get up again. The next few days were a descent into silence. Eric came home once to collect his things. I didn't speak to him. I sat on the couch, stared at the wall. He tried to explain, but I didn't want his words. I wanted the years back. The trust. The blind love I'd wrapped around him like a gift. My phone lit up with messages. Some from friends, shocked and horrified. Others from family, torn between support and disbelief. But the ones that hurt most were from Layla. I never meant for it to happen like this. You'll understand one day. Love is complicated. He was never truly happy with you. I saw that. I deleted them without replying. Grief comes in stages, but betrayal adds its own flavor. It mixes grief with rage, shame, confusion. I didn't know who I was without them. I had built my life around my marriage, around being the older sister who took care of everything, everyone. And now? Now I was the discarded. Weeks passed. I avoided family gatherings. Declined calls. People stopped asking after a while. Some I knew were choosing sides. Others just didn't know what to say. One day, I found myself back at the restaurant. Alone. Same corner table. Same blue dress. Out of spite or masochism, I wasn't sure. I stared at the chair where Eric had sat. Where Layla had made her announcement. The memory still felt surreal, like a dream I hadn't woken up from. The waiter, a kind older man who'd served us that night, recognized me. His face softened. "I'm sorry," he said gently. "That was a cruel thing to do. Right here, of all places." I blinked hard, holding back tears. "Thank you," I whispered. That small moment of kindness unraveled something in me. I finally allowed myself to cry, not for him, not even for her, but for the woman I had been before all this. That night, I opened my laptop and started writing. Not a letter. Not a message to either of them. Just my story. My pain. My truth. Because I needed to believe that I could still exist outside of what they did to me. In time I moved. Not far, just enough. I changed jobs. Took cooking classes. Started laughing again. Not right away, not fully. But enough. Eric and Layla had the baby. A girl. I saw a picture on social media one day, unintentional. They looked like a happy family. But their smiles didn't reach their eyes. People still ask if I ever confronted them. If I ever screamed, or demanded answers. The truth is I didn't. Not once. Because nothing they could say would ever make it right. The loudest thing I ever did was walk away. And that, I've learned, was the bravest thing I've ever done.